via online LD. If anybody else is out there with us online, we're about to get ready for class. So go and start to set up your space, get your equipment ready. If you're looking for what we have in store today, go and look underneath the video screen right now in the descriptions. You'll see all the equipment you need as well as the movements we have for the day. And we're going to get started here in the next minute or so. So we'll see you soon. All right, welcome back to Pump. If you're with us online or this is your first class here, welcome. A little bit about this class. If you're ever here in person, we have the equipment that you'll need up on the top right corner of the board, as well as the movements listed underneath of that we have for the day. And the marker fades over time, so the class is listed on the left, but you hardly ever see it because it's about burnt out by that point. And if you're with us online, I have the description of the class, the movements, and the equipment all underneath the video you're watching, so you can always check that out to see what we have in store for the day. If you don't have that, don't worry, I'll give you alternatives for movements that you can do. Today is dumbbell, medium, and or light. You could potentially throw a heavy on there depending on one of the options you choose below. Step, 0 to 4, mat, and a band. We're going to start about a minute early just because we have a lot of different equipment today, so some movements to go over. First movement we have dumbbell bench flies. So remembering when we're looking at flies, anytime we're doing a bench or press, chest focus, we want to make sure we have those shoulder blades pulled back and down, right? We're lifting that chest up, a little bit of space under that low back. You have two options here for this movement today, okay? You can either, I was thinking of something different. I lied, you don't. So when you have your weight, since we're doing flies, you're going to go out to the side and then bring that arm back in, okay? And then you're going to go back out to the side, bring the arm back in. You're doing 30 seconds on one side, then 30 seconds on the other, okay? In the meantime, you're just holding that weight in that opposite hand. If you want a little bit more core control stability, you can pull those legs up in that movement, okay? When you go over, it'll be trying to pull you off of that step, so you have to keep that control to hold yourself onto the step, okay? Next one we got, we've done this one before. Maybe it was last session. But so stepped inchworms, so like we do in the warm-up with inchworms, except for, and step is optional, you don't have to use a step. But your feet are up on the step, okay? So when we're doing those inchworms, we're walking in, we're walking out, your feet are gonna be up on here. You can add a downward dog press here if you want, coming down, pressing yourself back up. And when you walk out, you can add a push-up at the end as well if you wanna add a little bit more upper body work with that one. Next movement with that, this is one you have two options with, is either step jumps. So if you want a little bit more cardio focus, make it a little bit more plyometric, your foot is up on the step, and basically you're just launching up off that foot, switching onto that next one, okay? So jumping up, switching, and you can move quicker. You can either focus on quick transitions with that, or jumping higher off that step jump, okay? You can also add a little bit of weight with that if you want to hold on to as well. Other option, controlled step downs. This one's also working on balance, so I'm trying to maintain control, pushing those hips back, slowly coming down, tapping the floor, not putting the weight onto the foot that's on the ground, and then coming right back up, okay? Coming back down. If you're doing that one, you're switching every set which leg you're doing, okay? Next one we got, bent over row, up to you, lower high rows. So remember, we're in that hip hinge. We're here doing that high row, okay? Elbows are high and wide. If you're doing that low row, elbows are staying low and back, focusing on pulling through that lat, making sure we're squeezing that scapula, keeping that scapular tension while we're doing that movement, okay? So real quick, let's go into this movement. We'll just do a reminder. Let's do a low row real quick. Pull those elbows back, okay? Shoulder blades stay back down. Squeeze those elbows into the side of your body. Feel that muscle turning on. That's here on the side of your back. That's that main muscle you're pulling that weight with, okay? That's the muscle you're trying to use. If you ever find you can't feel it during the movement, take a second on that row. Squeeze those elbows in, find that muscle, try to keep it active on the way down and the way back up. If you are at home for that one, okay, feel free just to do the static squeeze. So do that same low row, squeeze those elbows in if you don't have weight, okay? That's your weightless option. And then going back up, inchworms, you can just do them on the ground without a step. And as far as for the step jumps, you can just make those air squats or squat jumps, okay? Next one we have after the rows is going to be shrugs. So you just have those weight, pulling those elbows up to those ears, allowing them to come back down. If you want to have a little bit forward and back motion, you can kind of roll them if you want, or you can just kind of come up and do that shrug, up to you of how you want to do that, okay? Be intentional, keep that tension in those traps. Next one we got are the T-Squeezies. So remembering with this one, we're back in that RDL position. Thumbs are going to be out, shoulder blades stay back and down. And we really want to make sure we're not shrugging those shoulders on this one, okay? But we're lifting through the scapula, squeezing the scapula together here, okay? You can do weight or no weight with that one. It's up to you. You don't need a lot of weight. It's a hard movement since the weight is so far away from the body. And then the last one we have is going to be balanced external rotations. So this is what we have the band for, okay? So the balance portion, kind of we did a little bit of this last class, okay? Staying on that one leg for that 30 seconds. So we're going to be holding that position, and basically what you're going to be doing is a one side external rotation into the next side external rotation, okay? Focusing on using those muscles in the shoulder, okay? We don't want to overly, if the closer you go ahead and grab your band. We'll do this real quick together so you can kind of figure it out. The closer your hands go and you try to pull it apart, it's really difficult, okay? So if you're really close, it's going to be too much resistance for that rotator cuff for those smaller muscles in the shoulder to be effective. So go in and you'll just widen your hands out a little bit to where keeping those scapula back and down, the arms stay in place. We're slowly rotating them out. That band will kind of come close to the body, then back to center, okay? You can do one. Good? Oh, okay. That was a question. So pulling one side at a time. You can go for two, both at the same time until you kind of like tire out and then alternate to one at a time. The reason for that one at a time is it's 4 minutes of external rotation. So if you need to do that alternating, you definitely can, okay? Big thing with this one, don't let those elbows move around. As you get tired, we don't want to see the elbows out here just trying to pull that thing, okay? As you get tired, scooch those hands out, be a little bit less resistance for that pull, okay? So you can always adjust the amount of tension you're pulling with. With that one, if you're at home, feel free just to focus on that balance proponent, okay? If you don't have that, you can do bicep curls if you wanted, or overhead tricep extensions if you have some kind of a weight and you don't have a band. Any questions? Oh, and for those shrugs, if you only have lighter weight, it's not enough for shrugs, feel free to do front or lateral raises, okay? I'll call those out when we get to them. Now, any questions? All right, let's do it. Let's get started. All right, starting with those jumping jacks. Remember, stay braced, pelvic floor is up and in, that core stays strong, the scapula stay back and down. Remember this first warm-up, we're only at 40-50% effort. Don't overly need to push it yet. We're just warming up those muscles, warming up those joints. Good job. Air squats. Pushing those hips back and down, those knees stay in line with those toes. Keep those glutes on the whole time. Don't let those glutes shut off. Weights even on that foot, front to back, left to right. Good job. Marches. Drive that knee up in front. Remember, try to use that core. Put a little bit of power into that knee drive. Picture over, get over there like this. Keep that bracing. Got bands for days. Lunges, alternating. Weight stays even on that front foot. Really think of paying attention to that control, that balance in that movement. Keep that arch strong in the foot. Knee in line with that toe. Keep that glute engaged on that front leg. Stay braced, don't drop that pelvic floor. Job. Arm circles. Full range of motion here. Try not to rotate the chest, the torso. Work on using that range of motion of those shoulders. Reverse. Inchworms into those push-ups. Don't round out low back, bend those knees to get out into that position. Jumping jacks, round 2. Picking up that tempo, maybe a little bit closer to 60, 70%. Don't lose that bracing. Air squats. Just because we're picking up that tempo doesn't mean we're losing that control. Don't want to bounce at the bottom to that slight stop, then back up. Glutes stay on. Don't let the arches of those feet collapse. Don't let those knees cave in. Keep those glutes on. Stay braced. Job. Marches. Work on trying to stay balanced. Don't want to have a lot of side-to-side movement. Use that core to drive that knee up. Lunges. You can add that little bit of twist towards that knee that's in front. Doing a little bit of that thoracic rotation. Slow, controlled bounce. Arm circles. Reverse. Inchworms into those push-ups. Take a break. 1 minute, and we're starting this workout. First movement, dumbbell bench flies. One side at a time, okay? Otherwise, you're holding that other one up. With those shoulder blades backing down, really lift that chest up. Make sure that chest is what's feeling that tension of that movement, okay? Oh, 15 seconds, we're starting. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. Just staying with that one side, not alternating. Good job. If you lift those legs up off the ground, that low back will press into that step. Keep that in mind. Switch into that opposite arm. Nice work. Really feeling that stretch through the pec. Each rep, don't let those shoulders round forward. Switch back over that first side. Shoulder blades back and down. Switch, opposite side. Pay attention, what muscle is feeling that work the most? Stay braced. And if you want a little bit more core, you can lift those legs up off the ground. Switch back to that first side. What muscle are you trying to use? What muscle are you feeling it in the most? Switch, opposite side. Opposite side. We're on that last set. Switch, last one. Keep that chest active. Stay braced. Take a break. Woo. Nice work, y'all. All right, next one we got. Those stepped inchworms. Remember, step is optional. Don't have to use this step here. As well as you have an optional push-up and downward dog press. If you're doing that downward dog press, remember to point those fingers in towards each other so those elbows can flare out. And we're supersetted with either the step jump or the controlled drop. In 3, 2, 1. Inchworms. Optional step here. Good job. Try not to let the hips shift side to side. Keep the hips squared as much as possible and controlled. Same with those shoulders. We don't want to kind of wiggle back and forth as we're walking up and down. Want to try really stay strong and squared here. Nice work, all. Switch. Either those step jumps, we're jumping up and switching back down, or those controlled drop steps. Up to you if you're looking for more of that control, a little bit more of that cardio explosion. Good job. Find your tempo. Switch. And stepped inchworms. Let's go. Stay braced. Step jumps or controlled step downs. If you're doing those controlled, load that glute. Don't let any weight go onto that foot that's touching the ground. Good job. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Inchworms. Stay braced. Trying to get a lot of sway side to side. Step jumps or step downs. Let's go, y'all. If you're at home, you don't have that step. Remember air squats or those squat jumps. Job. Keep that bracing. Inchworms. Let's go. Last set, y'all. Step jumps or downs. Woo, let's go, last one. Keep that quality, keep that speed or keep that height, whatever you're focusing on. Good job. Good job. Stay with it, stay with it. Take a break. Nice work, y'all. Next, a bent over row. Superset it with those shrugs. And if you want to use a lighter weight at home, you don't have a heavier weight enough for shrugs, feel free to do raises, okay? If you have a step and you want to hack, put your weight on the step. You don't have to bend as far. It's helpful. In 5, 3, 2, 1. High rows or low rows, up to you. Remember, if you're high, those elbows are high and wide. If you're low, keep those elbows in and close. Trying to pull through that lat muscle. Don't round that low back. Take a look at yourself sideways. We don't want to be here. We want to be here. Squeeze those scapula, keep them strong. Shrugs, we're up. Shrug. And shrugs are a slow movement. We don't want to be doing it really fast. Slow, controlled. Stay braced, don't lose that bracing. Scapula stays back and down. Rows. If you can't feel that lat turning on, squeeze those elbows into the side of the body. Knees stay in line with those toes. Arches of those feet strong. Grip the floor. Power comes through the floor, up through the body. Shrugs. If you want more forearm focus, wrap and curl the weight up in those fingers. If you want less, unwrap it. Rows, we're back over. Really focus on that stretch, that squeeze. Every movement, make it good. Those scapula should never relax. Shrugs. Almost there, y'all. Stay braced. Rows, last one, let's go, you got this. Keep those feet strong, arches strong, grip that floor, power from the floor, all the way up into that back. Let's go, you got it, you got it. Shrugs, last movement, and we get a break. Job. Work. Keep that bracing. Really get those shoulders up. Get them up, get them up. Nice. Less than 10 seconds, let's go. Take a break. Woo. Nice work, y'all. Forearms feeling good? No. All right, last movements we got. T-Squeezies and those balanced external rotations. T-Squeezes, we're in that bent over position. Thumbs are out, okay? That puts our arms, our humerus in the position we want. Scapula back and down. Lifting from that scapula. Think the center of that back is what's pulling those arms up, okay? Let's go, y'all. This is the last one. Make it good. Finishing off with a bit of that upper body here. Not all like all of it was. In 5, 3, 2, 1, T-Squeezies. Try to make sure you're getting that torso close to parallel with the floor. We don't want to be up too high. That moves it into those traps. Good job. Slow and controlled. Same speed up, same speed down. Right below your scapula and in between it. That's where you should be feeling that pull, feeling that squeeze. Balanced external rotations. Remember, you can do both at the same time or you can do one at a time. Keep the arch of that foot strong. Don't let that hip pop out. Keep that hip in. Sit up, stand up tall, and whatever. We don't want to make it too difficult. Scooch the hands further apart from each other. Palms face up. Elbows stay in place. All you're doing, rotating out. It's not a big movement. Just be feeling it in the back side of your shoulder. Keep those elbows in close. Switch back into those T-Squeezes. Let's go, y'all. Switch back into that balance. Opposite leg now. Stay braced. Keep that arch strong. Don't let that hip pop out. Back side of that shoulder. Be feeling that work. Good job. Keep those scapula back and down. Switch, T-Squeezies. Let's go, y'all. That weight even, left foot to right foot. Balance work, back to that first side. You should kind of be figuring out what distance is good for you on that band. And slow, strong movement. Almost there, almost there. T-Squeezies. Woo, last one, let's go. Those rear delts are on fire now. Power from those scapula here. From the center of your back. Same speed up, same speed down. Balance work, last one. If your rear delt's getting a little too tired, just keep tension. Don't even have to pull it. Just keep that tension. Back side of those shoulders. Keep that arch strong on that foot. Don't let that hip pop out. Let's go, let's go. 2 last good pulls. Let's go, let's go. Take a break. Woo. My peeps at home. LD, nice job. I know you're on there. Nice job today. Nice work. Nice job today. Nice job. Nice work, Mom. Nice job today. Good job, Matthew. Nice work, Jason. As you're cleaning up, if you notice any black streaks on the floor, we'll help out facilities. We'll wipe those up. And as you're cleaning up, work on slowing that breathing down. Whenever you're ready, get the chance to, we're going to start with those deeper breaths. Breathing in through the nose on the way up, out to the mouth on the way down. If you want to keep your mat out for stretching, feel free. On those inhales, remember, breathe in through the nose, draw that breath down into the belly, let that belly expand with that breath. On the exhale, blow it all out. On that next exhale, we're gonna go ahead and pull that arm across. Remember with this stretch, keeping that scapula back and down on that side we're stretching. Helps to put that stretch into the back side of the shoulder, is what we're looking to stretch here. And if you find yourself shrugging those shoulders, let them relax, let them drop down. Whenever you're ready, go and release and switch. Through all these stretches, keeping that slight brace posture, keeping those breaths, stretching a little further on each exhale, holding that increased stretch, and then stretching a little further on the next exhale. When you're ready, go and release. Pull that first arm behind. We'll grab that elbow, stretching that tricep. That back hand can come in between the scapula. Oh my gosh, we could just turn working out into refreshers on anatomy classes. Just use all the actual names of everything. Whenever you're ready, go and release, switch over to that opposite side. Again, same thing here. If you find yourself shrugging those shoulders, try to keep those scapula back and down. Is anybody overly sore anywhere today? Hamstrings, glutes. Hamstrings and glutes. When you're ready, go and release. We're going to bring those hands behind the back, interlock those fingers, shoulder blades back and down, chest up and open. We're going to roll that head and neck. Find a spot that's tight. Go for this, stay there. Inhale up and in. On that exhale, we're going to drop down into that full floor squat, working on keeping those heels down. as much as possible. Remember to sit up tall in this position. Once you have those heels down, bring those elbows to the inside of the knees. If you want, palms together, press those palms down to open up those hips. Remember to breathe. If you're holding your breath, it tells your body it's not a safe position. Those muscles won't release. When you're ready, go and walk out. We're going to extend into a plank position. We're going to step that right foot up, front foot coming directly under that knee. Go ahead and drop that back knee to the ground. And we're going to take the hands to the inside. Walk that front foot out to the side. You can drop it onto that knife edge of your foot if you'd like to open that hip a little further. And press those hips down into the floor. Remember to breathe. When you're ready, go and walk that foot back into where it was. Go and place that left hand on the inside of the right foot. Extend that back leg. We're going to twist. You can leave that back knee down if you would like. As you're ready, go and slowly release it back to center. We're going to step that right foot back. Bring that opposite leg up and under. Go and drop that back knee. Bring that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Slowly walk that foot out to the edge of the mat. You can drop that foot onto the knife edge, same as before. Press those hips forward. Opening up that hip joint. And breathe. You can slowly walk that foot back into center. Place that right hand on the inside of that left foot. Lift the back knee leg if you want. We're going to twist up and open. Out to the side. Stack those shoulders. And breathe. As you're ready, go and slowly lower it back to center. Step that leg back. We're going to inhale that right ankle up. On that exhale, we're going to drive that knee through into that pigeon stretch. If you want more hip focus, bring that foot up further. If you want a little bit more hamstring focus, you can keep it a little bit lower. As you release into that stretch, feel free to lower yourself down as far as it allows. Slow that breathing. Every third or fourth inhale, remember to make it a little bit deeper. Find where you're holding that tension. Breathe it out. As you're ready, go and slowly bring yourself back up out of that stretch. Tuck that back toe. We're going to step back into a plank. We're going to inhale that left ankle up. Whoop. Don't kick the glass. And exhale that knee up and through for the pigeon stretch on that opposite side. As those muscles release, go and allow yourself to go deeper into that stretch. Remember, trying to keep those hips squared. We don't want to roll over onto the glute. As you're ready, slowly drop yourself deeper into that stretch. Every third or fourth inhale, inhale a little bit deeper, a little bit further. Find where that tension's at. As you're ready, go and roll over onto that glute. And we're gonna roll onto the back. As you come down onto your back, go and bring that right knee up to chest or armpit. Go and hug it close. Give yourself 2 or 3 breaths here. And then we're gonna pull that knee across over to the opposite side. Keeping that first side arm, shoulder, and palm down. And breathe. Don't want to overly force this stretch, but if you want a little bit more stretch, press through that thoracic cavity, you can just lay that left arm on top of that outside of that right knee. Don't need to push it at all. Just kind of rest it there. As you're ready, slowly bring that knee back to center. Give it one last hug, squeeze that chest or armpit, and go let it lower back down. Bringing that opposite knee up, squeezing to the chest or armpit. And give yourself 2 or 3 full breaths here. And then we're going to take that knee, pull it across over to that opposite side, keeping that first side arm, shoulder, and palm down. Slowly bring that knee back to center. Give it one last squeeze into that chest, that armpit. And go and then release. We're slowly bring ourselves back up to standing because we're running out of time. If you want to stay and continue to stretch, feel free. We're going to finish with those last 3 breaths. Last thank you to yourself for showing up, giving your body a little bit of movement in your day. Could have just as easily not shown up. Nice job today, everybody. Great work. As always, thank you so much for being here. If you're with us online, don't forget to like and subscribe if you just want updates of when classes go live. Tomorrow morning, I'll be sending you all the link to go ahead and register for that next session of classes, so keep an eye out for that. If there's ever any movements you want as far as the workout movements or certain stretches or things you want applied, feel free just to reach out, start to mix some of those things in if you have any recommendations of what you'd like to see a little bit more. But don't forget your homework tonight, solid dinner, drink a lot of water, at least those 6 hours of sleep. Just because I say it every time doesn't mean it's not as important. Make sure you're doing that. Thank you so much for being here. Have a nice night.